Map 2 Grow Presence, 4 Psychological Skills Truly Smart People Have. Before starting the video, if you are new here, please subscribe. Have you ever noticed some people who seem to effortlessly glide through life, always managing to overcome challenges and obstacles with ease? These people also tend to be very likable, humble, and intelligent. You may be wondering if they are using some kind of secret psychological skills that you are unaware of. The truth is, there are many life hacks that people use to succeed in life. One interesting example is the idea of reciprocity. Studies have shown that if you want someone to do you a favor, you can do something nice for them a few days before. This creates a feeling of obligation in the other person to reciprocate the kindness. But what other psychological abilities and skills do successful people use? Here are 4 of them that you may find useful for your own personal growth and development. 1. They control their own thoughts. In simple terms, what we think in our minds has a huge impact on how we feel and behave. Our thoughts are not just random ideas that we can't control. We have the power to change them, and in doing so, change our moods and outlook on life. For example, if we imagine going to work on a Monday and focus on how tired and drained we feel, it's likely that our mood will be negative. But if we instead focus on going on a luxury holiday, our mood becomes positive and excited. The important thing is to take those positive feelings and use them on tough days like Monday mornings. By bringing those feelings and emotions to work, it has a knock-on effect on our day and can make it more pleasant. Our whole life is made up of our thoughts. If we focus on being grateful for what we have, we'll live a contented life. This is a psychological skill that can be learned and practiced to actively change the way we think and improve our lives. Positivity attracts positivity, and by changing our thoughts, we can change our lives. 2. They are socially intelligent, which means they don't always show their intelligence. The second psychological skill that we're going to talk about is related to intelligence, but it's not just any kind of intelligence. Have you ever been in a situation where you're really excited to share your accomplishments with your friends, only to have someone else come in and one-up you or try to steal your thunder? It can be really frustrating and make you feel like your moment has been ruined. This is where social intelligence comes in. It's all about understanding that we all want to feel important and recognized for our achievements. However, when we do it at the expense of others or by belittling their accomplishments, it's not really being intelligent at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Being socially intelligent means recognizing that everyone deserves their time in the spotlight and allowing them to revel in their accomplishments. When you let others share their best moments and allow them to feel important, they will associate those positive feelings with you. This is a much more intelligent way to show your own intelligence because it builds positive relationships and makes others feel good. So, next time you're tempted to one-up someone or steal their thunder, remember that being socially intelligent means letting others shine too. Don't be the person that everyone dreads being around because they're always trying to show off their knowledge or accomplishments. Instead, be the person that people enjoy being around because you make them feel good and important. 3. They know that most things will pass. Smart people have a special ability. They know that most things will pass. This means that even if something bad happens, eventually it will get better. The person sharing their story experienced a tragic loss when their boyfriend died, and at the time they didn't think they would ever feel better. However, as time passed, they found that they were able to reflect on what happened and know that they could get through anything in the future. It's important to remember that when someone is going through a tough time, they don't necessarily need advice. What they really need is support. The person speaking was able to develop this knowledge through their own experiences. They took things one step at a time and eventually found comfort in something as simple as feeling a cool breeze. This skill of knowing that things will pass takes time and experience, but it's worth it to go through tough times and come out the other side. And while mindfulness is a popular way to deal with difficult emotions these days, there's nothing wrong with looking back on past experiences to help prepare for the future. 4. They accept the blame for their own predicament. These days, people tend to blame others instead of taking responsibility for their own problems. Have you ever seen those commercials where people sue someone else for their misfortunes? It's become a common habit to blame others for the things that go wrong in our lives, but it's actually more beneficial to acknowledge our own mistakes and take responsibility for them. Psychologists call this concept locus of control, and it can be very empowering. Locus of control means how much control we feel we have over our own lives. We can either feel like we control what happens to us or that things are controlled by other people or circumstances. For example, let's say someone fails an exam. If they have an internal locus of control, they'll think it's because they didn't study enough or weren't focused in class. They take responsibility for their failure. But if someone has an external locus of control, they'll blame their parents for not waking them up in time or their teacher for not teaching the right material. They don't take responsibility for their failure. It's important to have an internal locus of control because it helps us take responsibility for our successes successes and failures. Even if things do happen that are out of our control, taking responsibility for what we can control makes us happier, healthier, and more successful in general. Thank you for watching this video about the 4 psychological skills that truly smart people possess. By learning to control your thoughts, being socially intelligent, understanding that most things will pass, and having an internal locus of control, you can develop the mindset of a truly intelligent person. Remember that you have the power to control your thoughts and emotions, and by doing so, you can improve your decision-making and problem-solving skills. Being socially intelligent can help you build stronger relationships and lead a more fulfilling life. By understanding that most things in life are temporary and will eventually pass, you can develop resilience and cope with challenges more effectively. And finally, by having an internal locus of control, you can take responsibility for your successes and failures and ultimately achieve greater happiness, health, and success. So go ahead and put these skills into practice in your daily life and see the positive impact they can have on your personal and professional growth. Thank you again for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative content.